Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Cronkite Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to another episode of the War Zone. I got my man in the building, Donovan Siddiqui. I got the Queen, Demetra K, and I am the five-star general. Does Barack Obama really like black people? Say, Negro, you might need to watch your mouth, man. But tonight we're going to talk about it, so we're going to step on some toes if that's your man. But it is what it is, man. Say, man, I want to welcome y'all to another episode of the War Zone, and thank you for tuning in, because you could be anywhere else, but you choose to hang out with the two intelligent black people and the crazy black Republican. It is what it is. I'm going to give y'all an update down here in Houston. The black elected officials have stood up for Dr. Grenita Lathan, the black superintendent, who has the interim tag on her. You had the heavyweights out at a press conference today, the Sheila Jackson Lees, the Al Greens, the Jolanda Joneses, Bishop James Dixon, a whole host of others, former trustees, Rhonda Skillen Jones, current trustee, Kathy Buford Daniels. And bottom line, they called the racism out. They called it out. It is what it is, no matter what no one may think. But we've been around here long enough to where we can look, see, smell, and touch racism in a heartbeat. And what they've done to this African-American woman is you've used her, and you want to continue to use her to get you through another big issue. She's gotten you through two hurricanes, a flood. She's accomplished every goal that you put in front of her, and yet she's still not good enough to be the permanent superintendent. Well, the black elected official stood up today. Of course, you know our guy, State Representative Ron Reynolds, down like four flat tires. And it is what it is. And I just think it's time, since that's the game they want to play. You done gave them all them Martins. All these people you put on the school board and supported, you voters out there, you gave them Martin. Time to give them Malcolm. Give them somebody that clearly understands education, the dynamics of them. But when I walk in the room, I change the forecast. But I'm proud that they stood up for her, because they needed to. They really needed to. And call the racism out. If y'all have not seen the video of Jolanda Jones, say she left it on the floor, homeboy. That's all I can say. She ain't pulled no punches. She called it out, and it was what it was. Donovan, what's going on in the news?
All right, in the news, it's a lot going on today for those of you guys who have been fighting a war since 9/11 for over 20 years, almost 20 years now. The Trump administration magically wants to pull the troops out before he leaves office, which would be crazy. Some of you guys have lost loved ones. Some of you have loved ones that are affected by the war, been maimed and all that good stuff. So he's going to do that. So there's a big pullout. Nancy Pelosi takes no responsibility for the House losing seats. She says she's responsible for them holding the House. Takes no responsibility. And by the way, are you guys aware that the top part of the Democratic Party's average age is 73 years old? Are you guys aware of that? I was looking at the median numbers, and it averages to about 73. That's the leadership of the Democratic Party.
Say, are they running a Democratic Party or a senior citizens living facility?
Exactly, because they won't leave. I mean, they're just stuck. So how does a median people that have an average age of 73, how are they progressive, or how do they change with the times? They're stuck in where they're stuck in. But anyway, also in the news, President-elect Joseph Bigot Biden has said he is not interested in prosecuting Donald Trump for any crimes. Wow, I think on this show we said this last week or something like that, hey, isn't that funny? This guy's a threat. He's all this. His own words. He said he's not interested. And what did I tell you guys? He's going to use, we got to bring the country together. He's not interested in prosecuting Donald Trump for his crimes. But let y'all be late on them damn child support payments.
They cut the deal.
Exactly.
They cut the deal.
No difference between a Democrat or a Republican. So, and then I think this is the most prolific in the news. To make it long story quick, Representative Marcia Fudge. She says that she should get Secretary of Agriculture, I believe, or the AG, one of the things. And this is her exact quote. I've been very, very loyal. That is her saying that she's been loyal to the Democratic Party, so she's entitled to a cabinet position. But ask yourself this. Shouldn't you be loyal to your district, the people that sent you to the office? Which is what we've been saying on this show and other shows. These people don't give a damn about you. They give a damn about their power and what they can put in their pockets. And the sad thing is, you guys are cool with it. Demetra?
Well, let me ask a question for Demetra. I think I asked it behind the scenes. She wants to be over agriculture. Do she know how to plant corn?
I don't think so.
So hello, beautiful people out there. I hope everything is going well. Welcome to Tuesday night edition of the War Zone, where we are going to be having a very spirited discussion. But before we do, if you see the Cash App here for the War Zone, we'd appreciate it so much if you would contribute to that. Every little bit helps keeping the information and the show going. So I would like to say thank you in advance, and thank you to everybody who have already donated to the War Zone show Cash App. So anyway, as you guys can see, well, maybe, or you can see on the bottom there, Obama has something to say to Black people. Is he going to talk about reparations? Of course not. So in a recent interview with The Atlantic, Obama says the bling, the women, the money in rap music could explain Trump's increased appeal to some rappers and Black male voters. Okay. Now, as you guys know, Trump received a larger share of Black male votes than he did in 2016, left a lot of people's brains booted. They couldn't understand why, Black people voted for Trump, this, that, and the other. And so, again, Obama says he thinks the bling, the women, the money, and rap music could explain Trump's increased appeal to some rappers and Black male voters. You guys heard Lil Wayne came out for Trump, and then 50. But then I didn't see the interview yet, but I understand that 50 said on the Breakfast Club, I think it was the Breakfast Club, that they were paid $1 million to endorse Trump. So how true that is, I don't know. I have to hear it for myself. But some of the things that Obama said, and I'm looking at it right here. He says, I have to remind myself that if you listen to rap music, it's all about the bling, the women, the money. That's what he said. And he says a lot of rap videos are using the same measures of what it means to be successful as Donald Trump is. Everything is gold plated. Okay, not gold, but gold plated. And he says that insinuates itself and seeps into the culture, right? He also says that he doesn't watch a lot of television. He also went to say that he thinks that a lot of the male voters, Black male voters, were influenced by Trump, his reality show, The Apprentice, and all of that. And so there's no way that you Negroes that did vote for Obama would have done it because maybe he was more business friendly for you, or other things that really meant something. But as I read that, I was like, is he serious? Because Obama has said some disparaging things about Black people, specifically Black men before, about pulling up the pants, and, not that that's disparaging, but it seems like whenever he addresses the Black community, he seems to be very condescending and castigating the Black community and Black men. Now, also in Michelle's book, Becoming, I didn't read it because I also understand that she denounced the minister and Reverend Jeremiah Wright. So, I didn't want to give her my money. But it sounds like she also lamented at the fact that Black people didn't turn out for Hillary as they did for her husband. She said she was very disappointed in Black people. And so, when I see these type of articles or, interviews go forth from the Obamas, it makes me wonder, do they really even like Black people? Because, most notably, he said that he did not think reparations for Black people was feasible. said it wasn't going to happen. Now, I remind you, 90-something% of Black people voted for Obama, pretty much both terms, gave it all up to him. And, Black people get nothing in return. And here he is 4 years after his presidency, still talking down on Black people. Like, you Negroes that voted for Trump, there's no way you did it out of your own, sense and sensibility. You were so stupid, and I'm paraphrasing, you were so stupid enough to be influenced by Donald Trump because of his gold, and he emulates success for Black men. And so I know a lot of people will say, oh, I'm team Obama, Obama's still my president. Great. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just putting the information out there and want you to ask yourself, why would your forever president say those things about you? Now, even if you didn't vote for Trump, you're still Black, and he's still very condescending to Black people. So let's talk about it.
I would realistically say that I don't think he should have said it. As many rappers as you kicked it with, as many Black entertainers that performed at your functions, you didn't seem to have a problem with your half Negro ass dealing with them then. So Trump used the same situation, and now all of a sudden it's a problem. No, Black men didn't vote for this dude because the Democratic National Party did not engage Black men for 4 years. They did not talk to us. They did not make us a part of the process. So before you open your mouth again, I want you, because I just watched it the other day, I want you to think about how your wife was rocking when MC Lyte was performing in front of y'all. Say, man, shut your mouth, man. Figure out your pigmentation and then open your mouth.
But that goes back to the playbook. It's okay. See, when he was running, it's all about the cool. Look, he's got the swag. Look, oh, he's so cool. He's up there with Jimmy Kimmel, talking the hits. You know what I mean? It's okay when that's what I'm saying. The Democratic Party feels that they have the exclusive right to Black votes. And a lot of us are telling them that is not true. So when Trump does it, oh, it's blasphemy and we're ignorant and we're stupid. But we voted for him based on almost all the same attributes that he says people voted for Trump for, and now we're idiots, fools, and we're just hood. You know what I mean? But that hood that we are was good enough to get him elected twice. But this goes to show you guys what I and a lot of other, this show and a lot of other shows and the new Black media is trying to tell you guys. Wake up. These people are not interested in being your servant. They are interested in serving themselves. And until you guys get that, piss poor leadership will continue to be the mainstay in the Black community.
Yeah, and so he also talked about him and Michelle Obama, growing up in the middle class, if you will. And so he said they weren't subjected to the day-to-day sense of, if you didn't have the stuff, whatever it was, material things, that somehow you were not worthy. And so right there, he's really just admitting that he is out of touch and far removed from the experiences that he is speaking about. And I'm like, well, if you have no idea as to, what the lifestyle really is, how can you really speak on it? And to your point, Gary, he's good friends with Jay-Z. In fact, he granted him permission to go to Cuba when going to Cuba wasn't possible to do. I mean, you have to have special permission to do it. He granted him and Beyonce permission. So yeah, he hangs out with quite a few rappers.
And Beyonce and him were regular visitors to Camp David. How do I know that? I have a buddy that works in the Secret Service. They were up there partying and, coke and sex parties. I don't know. I'm just messing with that. But they were up at Camp David on a regular basis. So, and notice that's factual, but you didn't hear that in the news, because what would the Republicans do knowing that Jay-Z, Beyonce, and all these Black entertainers are up at Camp David, visiting and hanging out for the weekend? That wouldn't have been a very popular thing.
It's just, when you become a Black elected official, you can't seem to lean on your record sometimes. You can't seem to lean on your resume. So you go and you lean on other people. I've seen it done even with me. I'm not a very powerful dude. I mean, I got some influence over some communities and the way that some people think, and trying to educate them on how to vote and how to research. So, we get the calls. But guess what? If you ain't been calling, I ain't rocking with you. I ain't rocking with you. So nobody can call me into question for anybody that I choose to be down with. And I'm gonna say this here, and some of y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Trump was not a problem with rappers, with anybody, when he was just Donald Trump. Trump became a problem when he decided to run for president. You see what I'm saying? Trump wasn't a racist when he was just Donald Trump. All of a sudden, the media and everybody wants to paint him as this and that because he's running for president. But see, I don't watch the enemy, the one they keep telling me that's the enemy. I don't keep watching them. I keep watching the ones that keep telling me who the enemy is. So, matter of fact, what influenced it, and you done heard me say it, Jay-Z so disconnected from the Black community is unreal. But yet that's who he talked to. I mean, see, people got problems with Trump talking to Lil Wayne and folks like that. You ain't got no problem with Joe talking to Cardi. You ain't have no problem with that. Why he didn't bring that into question? Man, go enjoy your retirement somewhere, man. Take your cool ass walk and go enjoy your retirement until they build your library for you. And hopefully they build them right in the middle of the south side of Chicago, where you ain't gave a damn about since you left.
Knowing Obama, though, he's probably he's gonna throw the trick bag and say he's gonna have it built in Hawaii, near his grandparents and things like that. But no, Donald Malloy says, I'm serious. We need an alien invasion to change the narrative. Well, like I told you, my brother, to change the narrative here, aliens don't even come here no more. These white people are so damn bad. Aliens said, leave that planet alone, avoid it. It's the death penalty if you go there. So, but, in all seriousness, though, this is what we're talking about. And do you know we still have Negroes defending all of these? Now, I didn't write all these news articles that I bring up and all the things that we talk about. These are things that actually have been said, or it's in the news. So all of a sudden now, I guess the Democratic Party is now like Fox News. Oh, that's fake. That's fake. That's fake. Anything that doesn't go with the narrative isn't correct. These people are telling you who they are. They're telling you what they're about. Donald Trump, all of them. I mean, Donald Trump is just like you said, 5-star. He's who he is. I remember getting Rolling Stone magazine, and Donald Trump was on the cover with the big gold chain. He had the gold thing over here. The guy's not even a musician, and he made the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, right? Branding himself and doing all that. Yeah, we like the symbolism. It was cool because I think there's even a song by The Time when they were on Paisley Park, their last album, Pandemonium. I think it's called Donald Trump Black Version. You guys haven't heard that song, check it out. And, it's talking about, being rich and, being like Donald Trump, what we thought he was, things like that. But these are not necessarily facts, but why aren't you guys questioning what these headlines are saying? You guys are quick to defend these people that don't know you and don't give a damn about you. And here's another thing. Isn't it funny how the Democrats now have the White House, and all of these so-called servants are now leaving their posts to try to get a job with the federal government? It's like, shouldn't you stay in your district, especially if your district looks like shit, that you still have work that needs to be done? But no, they're all bailing ship to try to get a position, and yet we still put other people, we still reelect these people. So the question is, all these butter biscuit Negroes, when they do leave, you guys, if they're so worried about the House and losing the House and all this other stuff, shouldn't Nancy Pelosi be telling them to stay in their seats? Shouldn't she be telling them it's pivotal that we hold the House? So by letting these people come in and go into the government, wouldn't that subject the bad Republicans to taking the House back? But nobody talks about that. We don't talk about that. And you have nobody in reserve because you got your Sheila Jackson Lee in there for 30 years. You got nobody there that you guys can trust to put in that position if that person does go work for the cabinet.
I mean, the thing is like Tanya Smith say, many of us on the East Coast knew exactly who Trump was, and I didn't respect him then nor as a president. What I'm saying is, we're talking about the elected officials that are denouncing this man right now. The same elected officials that stayed at his hotel, the same elected officials that kicked it when it went to his all his parties, man. The pictures are there, they don't lie. You know, Al Sharpton, oh, I denounced Donald Trump. Shut up, Al. You kicked it with Trump just like I kick it with my partner in Third Ward when I need a cold bill. You were down with him like 4 flat tires, man. They were down with him. But when they figured out they wasn't going to get nothing out the deal, then it became a problem. Man, Trump didn't become who he was overnight, man. Donald Trump has always been Donald Trump. And when you have, look, you're going to get a conversation from me on here, and then you can hit a real conversation from me when I turn this camera off. So you know who I am. They knew who Donald Trump was. But as long as they could rock with him and kick it with him and make money off of him, they were down with him, man. Demetri.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Trump was, and I don't know if he is now. He's more notorious now, but he was an icon. Everybody looked up to Trump as a status symbol, a wealth symbol. He was known as a billionaire. Now, whether he was or not, I don't know. But people thought he was a billionaire even in the 80s, in the 90s. Most rappers you can think of put him in their lyrics. Was it Nelly? What did he say? Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in. So a lot of rappers, I think even A Tribe Called Quest, a lot of them talked about Donald Trump. So maybe kind of, sort of, I can see where Obama was going with that. But to say that and excuse my hands, you guys, it's a long story. But to say that the uptick in votes for Trump was due to Trump influencing rap culture and black men being influenced by he said gold-plated, whatever it was, I just think that's very, very condescending, right? I do believe that Trump has been influential, but what about people? We all know people, right? Especially black men who voted for Trump for their own personal reasons that had to do with their business, their money, and on a non-monetary level, there's a lot of black people who voted for Trump because he was, I don't know if he still is, building the wall. And we know what that wall truly meant for black people. Now, I know that the wall was built out of racism due to, Donald Trump and his homies. But what it really meant for black people, and Dr. Claude Anderson actually pointed this out, is that it is going to help black people stay more relevant for a little while, because without that wall, and now Joe Biden saying on day one, he's going to blaze a legal pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants, that actually puts us more and more at the bottom of everything, because Hispanics from, especially from Mexico or anywhere really, they're not coming over here to join that black and brown alliance that people keep talking about. They're coming over here to replace black people. And so some black people voted for Trump because of that. They realized that wall was actually helpful for black people. But to say that, they only saw the glitz and the glam, that's like, wow, really? Tell us how you really feel.
Well, that'll tell you he really disconnected. Because what black person you know walking around with a bunch of gold on? We don't do gold no more, homeboy. We don't do gold no more, man. But like I said, man, I used to love to watch when he would have his functions, from the MC lights to the ushers to the neos. I mean, yeah, he threw some of the wildest parties in the world, man. And I assume Joe gonna do the same thing. He just gonna he gonna use the same playbook and do the same thing. But I mean, what's the difference when Mr. Obama, you used them, you didn't do nothing for black people. You ain't do nothing for us. And I don't care who get mad about that. You ain't do nothing for us. So, Barack, if you can ever see this video, Barack, go get you a shot of yak. Put a hump in your back like a Halloween cat and sit your monkey ass down.
Exactly. Well, let me piggyback off what Demetra just said. Maybe Black men did not vote for you because a lot of those Black men were incarcerated under the mass incarceration ticket. You assembled a mass incarceration ticket that destroyed thousands of Black families. You took the father out the home. You took the uncle out the home. You took the brother out the home. Thousands of, just heartache. So you expect these Black men, knowing what you did to them, we're just supposed to vote, even though you locked my Black ass up on some weed charge, that Kamala Harris, you were on the Breakfast Club joking about that. Oh yeah, I'm Jamaican. That your dad called your ass to the carpet for. You expected us to vote for you? That doesn't even make sense. I don't know anybody who will go to jail under some bullshit and then vote for the very people that incarcerated them and took years off of their life, destroyed their families, and so on, so forth. Notice that they never bring that up. They never talk about the incarceration that Joe Biden did. And Obama's an intelligent man. He's an intelligent man. However, he's into politics. They like to go around and circumvent. And the one thing they know about Black people, we love symbolism, and we're not going to research or listen to people other than who you're programmed to listen to. Because you have Black women, and I'm not just coming down on Black women. I'm only doing this because Black women keep bragging about they're the backbone of the Democratic Party. If you're the damn backbone of the Democratic Party, how the hell are you going to tell people to vote for a party that took your man, that took your father, that took your brother away? That's insane. Insane. And then the few brothers that were smart enough to say, you know what, this is not in my interest. You want to come down and tell us, we're stupid, or, how, it was the misogyny of the rap music we listened to. Ludicrous.
Let me say this here, because Jonelle put up a monster comment. Jonelle's a every night listener and viewer. We appreciate you, my brother. He say the bigger picture is mass vaccination and depopulation. See, Obama, mass incarceration under your regime. And Jonelle, you're pathetic, brother, because now we got to deal with mass vaccination. All this under your watch, Joe. But another thing, when you brought up something earlier, I meant to say, Stacey Abrams secured this election for Joe Biden. And you're around here chunking out jobs already to people in your cabinet. Y'all should have a problem if Stacey Abrams don't get a job. You should have a problem with that. And in 4 years, you should make him feel it. Because these people only care about their own self-interest, man. But when my man said mass vaccination, say, man, some of y'all gonna lose y'all jobs, because if you don't get that vaccination, that vaccine, you're gonna lose your job. Joe, we got to deal with Mask stuck in the house now. As soon as you take the seat, you shutting everything down. You already setting it up. Man, we've been in the house almost a year, man. Can y'all do something to get us up out the house, man? Y'all get to walk around, do what you want, don't wear your mask all the time, and tell us if we don't wear ours, you're going to give us a $250 fine. Well, guess what, Demetri and Donovan? I ain't never paid a ticket in my life. And if I forget to put that mask on, welcome to the club of all them other tickets that I done got, because I ain't paying that one either.
No, absolutely. And yeah, Jonelle, he is very wise, has a lot of knowledge. And he's absolutely right. You can read in the newspapers every day. You're hearing about vaccinations. They're saying as of yesterday, it was 94.5% effective. So they're working every day to get this vaccination rolled out. And of course, they say the first people to get it are going to be the ones who are considered at risk. And you're also hearing a lot about them saying Black people, right? Black people should get it first because Black people are dying at alarming rates due to the COVID. We're more susceptible due to the comorbidities that we have. And so, I mean, you've heard Bill and Melinda Gates talk about it. But to those people, and guess who wasn't going to force vaccinations? Trump. Trump wasn't going to enforce vaccinations. But, you know, Biden is entertaining doing it. And somebody put in here in the comments that Governor Cuomo was talking about forcing vaccinations. And so you're going to hear a lot about that. In fact, Jonelle sent me an article that said, and I looked it up. So I'm trying to, it's in something that was written up by the Biden, soon to be Biden administration, that recipients of food stamps and welfare, for lack of better words, are going to have to take it to remain in compliance. Now, how hard and fast is that? I don't know, but we talked about that here, that, you know, we're not doubt if they attach that, you know, to your benefits. You know, you need to get vaccinated in order to get these benefits. And so I guess the question that, you know, I have is, will you be one of those people forced to take it because you feel like your hands are tied?
So you say they're going to give it to Black folk first, huh?
They want to. Bill and Melinda Gates, but they talk about Africans. And yeah.
So here's my question. Is it proven that it works?
Well, they're saying it's 94.5% effective. Last week or so was only like 90% effective. So I don't know.
So here's my question. You may know, you may not know. Donovan, same thing. Well, who did they try it on? Some monkeys, some rats? Who did they try it on? So you didn't came up with a vaccination to stick in our arms called kill a nigga fast. No, I ain't taking that, man. Say, man, let me tell you something, man. You lay around here and let them people stick you with that stuff that they don't even know can work, you're going to be on the short yellow bus. That's right, there they go. That's right, there they go. You're going to be retarded as hell letting them people stick you with them vaccinations. Say, man, I'm not taking none of that. If I can't buy it over the counter, then I'm not fooling with it. But this is not the Tuskegee experiment. This is what they finna try to do. So what happens if they go and give it to a whole bunch of us and a whole bunch of Negroes just fall out dead? Y'all just some dead niggas. And the grave digger finna make a bunch of money.
You know, and it's funny that you guys bring that up, because I came back from Desert Storm and a lot of vets came back with like skin disorders and stuff like that. So you go to the doctor and the doctor's like, oh yeah, well, you got urticaria or whatever. Now we know Black people are heavily melanated. We know that, right? This dude is giving me antibiotics and steroids that is for white folks, because that's what their book is based on. And, you know, I looked at him and I said, well, that would work on, you know, and I'm just a patient. And I just said, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. You're giving me something based on white people. That might work for a white person. I'm heavily melanated, so I'm not going to have a red patch. I might have a dark brown patch. But I was like, what works for them isn't necessarily going to work for me in this condition, because we are different people. We do have different levels of things. Black people, we are at the bottom of everything when it comes to bad shit, health-wise, medical-wise, and whatever. So you mean to tell me this vaccine that you're going to give is so universal, anybody can take it? I call bullshit on that.
But I mean, I ain't no motherfucking monkey. I don't look like no goddamn rat. Who you tried this on? Them Africans told you don't come over there with it. So you ain't tried it on no black folk yet. Matter of fact, Bill, Melinda Gates, y'all take it. Y'all take it first. And we don't want you to shoot no sterile water in your motherfucking veins either. Take the vaccine. And even when you take it, I am going to be the Negro to run away from the plantation because I'm not taking it. Ain't a damn thing wrong with me now. And I'm not taking no vaccine. That's why when I go to the hospital with the conditions that I have, we have an agreement when I walk in the door. I walked in here without the COVID, and I'm going to walk out this motherfucker without the COVID. Say, man, I'm not even trying to hear it. Say, man, short yellow bus.
So it said that about 50 or a little over 50% of Americans are like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not going to take this vaccine, but I suspect the powers that be already knew that. And so they are going to put measures in place. I mean, I've spoken to a few people I know personally. Some in my own family says that when they have to go back into the office physically, they're going to have to take the vaccination if they want to continue to work. And this was months ago that she told me this. She was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, how badly do you need this job? I mean, I guess you do, but
you got to think about too. They gonna mess with people's jobs, especially you people that work for the state. You're gonna be the first guinea pigs. Then they're gonna go after the people that get public assistance. So if you want that welfare and them kids crazy check, you're gonna have to let them people stick you with that vaccine. And then all y'all gonna be crazy. All y'all gonna be ADHD then. Because they go, what's in the vaccine? What we don't even know what's in it. Might be some Clorox. Like Trump said, might be some Clorox in there. Man, I'm not letting you stick me with nothing.
But that's the thing though. We are sheeple, and a lot of people aren't even using their conscious thought. I mean, I believe we're an intelligent people, but when it comes to just common sense, we're just not common because, again, I've never seen these people that they're testing it on. For all we know, it could be rats in a lab, which has a totally different anatomy. You know what I mean? What are they, snatching homeless people? I mean, how many Americans are actually getting up and saying, oh, I will volunteer to make sure that the whole country is going to go and take this vaccine that's untested? I just don't see that happening.
Look, man, if you go take that vaccine, Demetra, you fuck around and have an ear hanging out the front of your head. I'm telling you, man, the people is finna cross whatever they do. They gonna take the rat juice and the monkey juice, and then all of us gonna have tails hanging out our clothes. You ain't gonna be able to put your motherfucking skinny jeans on no more because your tail ain't gonna let you, because you done fell for the prey with them people putting this stuff in you. Hey, bro, I don't need it. God made me a promise that you come in here and you gonna leave. And if I leave from overeating, I know I didn't leave hungry. But I ain't gonna leave because I'm stupid and let somebody come put something in me because of something that I don't have. Like me, I don't even take the flu shot. I don't need that. All I need is some NyQuil. I don't need that. You're not finna mess me up, man. Yeah, they gonna put that rat juice in you. Go on and play with them people, man. You gonna be around it. Go and play with them.
And just like somebody said in the comments, you don't see the congressional people lining up to be the example. Is Obama going to get out there and be the example? I just don't see it. I don't see it.
Well, I say it's all fun and games. And a lot of people are saying that I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. But I think that's really wishful thinking at this point, because I would say probably half of the people on the comment section, you're tied to something that is going to mandate that you take that vaccine, whether it's a job. And, it is a known fact that Black people predominantly make up the service industry. They are more concerned about the economy than they are people. And so in order for you to go work and give these yahoos and all these other people exercising their freedoms, their haircuts and their hamburgers and their valet and all of that, they're going to make you get the vaccine in order to go back to your, no shade, but minimum wage job or your service industry job. And some people are saying you can refuse the vaccine. Can you send your kids to school now without certain vaccines? You can't send your kids to school. They won't let them come to school. Like on day one of kindergarten, right? They have to have a certain amount of vaccines in order to go into school. And so this vaccine here is just probably going to be one of them. As Gary said, a lot of governmental workers are going to need to do it. My friend Sydney, he's a hospital worker. He said he is mandated to take the vaccine when it comes out. And so while a lot of us are like, I ain't taking it, you got to really ask yourself, are you in a position to say you're not going to take it? Will your rent or your mortgage still be paid because you can't go to work? Will you be able to take care of your children? Will you be able to use your health care? Or would you still have it if you are fired due to saying, I'm not taking this vaccine? So I think that also speaks to the larger picture, especially with Black people. We are not economically sound to sustain ourselves and say, hey, you know what? Us Negroes over here, we are not going to take that vaccine. We're okay. We can take care of ourselves. We don't need your welfare system. We don't go to your schools. We are self-governing, if you will. We're not in a position to do that. And so, like I said, I think it's wishful thinking because we are not looking at the bigger picture.
Yep. And also, a lot of you guys out there that want to travel, they're going to mandate it in air travel. So you want to go to your little trips overseas in Hawaii and stuff, or especially your damn cruises, you ain't getting on no boat if you can't show that you've been immunized. So, I mean, they're going to get you one way or the other. I mean, and especially if you don't have the financial resources to say no. And this is our problem. That's why on this show and all shows I'm on, I talk about the money. The money makes the world go round. It does not matter to me what administration comes in, Republican, communist, whatever. I'm financially stable where it doesn't matter to me, just like the Asians. It don't matter to them who is in charge and, what's going to go down. I can say no and I can walk away. But a lot of us, we got to get on that cruise, man. We're so used to being cruised and you've been locked up for over a year. So when, it does come, I wonder how many of you guys that are right now saying, oh, I'm not going to take it. When push comes to shove and you got to get on that cruise and go to hedonism, 38? How many of y'all going to be on that cruise just to, you're going to just go ahead and take the shot anyway?
Well, we got to worry about the brothers in the prison system because they're going to try to just dog them with it. They going to just flush them with it. And you know what's so amazing? You're going to want to give them vaccines when you won't give them an aspirin on a daily basis. You won't help them when they got a toothache and they're in the prison system. You let them boys sit in there and suffer. But see, anybody they can get to take. Let me ask you a question. Donovan, what is Bill Gates famous for? What did he actually initially do?
He actually started the operating system Windows. That's his
here's my question. How the fuck you stop bucking with computers and start bucking with vaccinations? Who made you the expert in vaccination? You deal with computers, dude. When did he become Dr. Bill Gates? You're a specialist. Say, man, these people is getting rich off the demise of poor people. And that includes Black, whites, Latinos, immigrants, everybody. You poor, they make money off you. They make money off you. So get what? When you got the crabs, you go get you some Blue Star ointment. Or you go get you some penicillin. Keep doing the same things.
All right. So anybody who's familiar with the eugenics program. It's been around for quite some time. The eugenics program was used to depopulate people, specifically Black people, and what they said, the burdens on society, the downtrodden, if you will, the people who were not contributing to society. And so Bill and Melinda Gates are very much into the eugenics, right? They believe that the planet needs to be depopulated because there's too many people running around, but more specifically, it's too many people who are not adding to the planet that needs to go. And so that's where Bill and Melinda Gates' interests come in. They're big time on depopulating the planet. And so for people who aren't aware of that, and I see this is the other thing too, Bill and Melinda Gates, they have a foundation, and he's also said that when he dies, him and his wife, they're going to leave a large, which is kind of odd, but they're going to leave a large part of their money to different charities. They've also been big on philanthropy in the inner cities, but then so people get fooled by that and they ignore all the other parts to the question that you asked, Gary. Well, why would Bill and Melinda be involved in vaccinations? They're not doctors, they're into computers, right? But if you would study eugenics and see all that it entails, then it would make a lot more sense. Eugenics has not gone away. It's been around since really after slavery, because when Black people were freed from slavery, we became a burden to society. When we were slaves, we were assets. And so now it's like, okay, well, they're all over. They're not really contributing anything, but leaving off the fact that they robbed us of our 40 acres and our mules and all that other stuff. And so there's always been this plan to get rid of us. And so don't be surprised when you hear them evoke Black people. Oh, Black people need to take it first. Oh, because they're most at risk. And earlier this year, when they were trying to build a vaccination lab there in Africa, the Africans tore it down with their bare hands. They was like, nah, we good. We already know what y'all trying to do to us. And so we need to take the same attitude. And by the way, South Africa has opened up their borders and they're allowing Americans to go over there. So I'm ready to go.
We out. See you guys later. Nice show.
So why don't they do something about the pandemic called systemic racism that's existed for Black people forever? Won't you try to solve that, Bill? Won't you try to close the economic gap, give us our money, and then maybe we could contribute to society? I contribute because you get taxes off me every goddamn day. So I don't care what Bill Gates say. Go back to playing with your Windows computer or whatever you invent next. And at the end of the day, you want to save lives, but then you want to depopulate. That's an oxymoron. Come on, dude. You the smartest dude in the room, huh? Bring your head down here so I can introduce you to poverty. So I can introduce you to people who ain't got the time to worry about no vaccination because they trying to figure out how to put food on the table for the next day. They can't go to work. You're playing with the assistance that you're giving them. You're spoon feeding them money every 5-6 months, $1,200. And, I know that the $1,200 I feel is going to come before Christmas so that you can break yourself for Christmas. So do yourself a favor in the next couple of weeks, man. Get with your local elected officials, find out where the truck at, and get your turkey for voting them clowns back in office.
Yes. Again, on this question, does Obama really like Black people? Do our representatives really like Black people? How can you be a representative? The median age, and we talked about this on the show just before we came on air. I want you guys to be aware of this, because it makes me upset because nobody does their homework. That saying, if you want to hide something from a Black person, put it in a book. It's so freaking true. It's true. Do you guys know that the median age, and we said that again, is 70-something years old of the leadership of the Democratic Party? 70-something years old. How can you be that old, supposedly serving the people? You're seeing what's going on and you're silent. You're not saying anything. You're just like, it's almost like leading the sheep to slaughter, and you're not saying a word. You're just like, you're cool with it because you got your $6 million mansion over there, Aunt Maxine. We haven't heard from Maxine in over 6 months. How do these people cruise to re-election? Vulnerable Republicans. Nancy, you look at their record, you're saying, how did this happen? Demetri, you're down there in Houston and stuff, 30-something years of representation, and Houston looks like shit. I just don't understand, or certain areas of it. I just don't understand how we see all these things going on. You see it, Demetri, General sees it. You guys that are the diehard friends out here that come and sit with us every night, you guys see all this stuff going on, and yet we do not question the very servants that we send to represent us and wonder, why aren't they speaking about this stuff? It's crazy.
The man talking about depopulation. Well, look here, Bill. Y'all get this over to him. I can help you with that one. But see, it's not going to be just black people. What I need you to do is take a ride. Come on, get on your jet. Get off at Intercontinental. Come down 45. Now, if you want to depopulate, the first thing you do when you get on 45 is stop off on Greens Road. Make sure it's after dark. Go pump you some gas, and they will depopulate your ass. So if you make it up out of there, you can come on over here to the south side. And you can stop and get you some gas or go in the store to get you a cigar. You know, you like to roll them up. I know you smoke that weed. But here's the thing. Stop and go get you a cigar after dark. They will depopulate your ass in a heartbeat. You will not be here. It is what it is, man. Ain't nobody. Imperial Valley, Janelle Dawn just said it. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, why don't you come on down here when we got a flood? You can be depopulated. Bill Gates needs to go somewhere, man, because ain't nobody trying to hear that, man. And all this, you know, they like you said earlier, Demetri, they gonna tie it into some stuff to where people can't get around it. Public assistance, your veterans, all that. They gonna try to take your benefits from you, man. That's how they gonna make you take this stuff. But get what? I ain't taking a goddamn thing.
Beth Hogel, how you doing if you're still here? She appears to be a white lady, but my icon is kind of small on here. But she says, I'm following. This disinformation is dangerous and misleading. I completely understand the mistrust, but vaccines have been saving all lives for decades. Please don't give in to the fear and conspiracies about the vaccine. This message exists because they, the right, doesn't want you to get one. Did you ever think about that? Well, I will say this. I don't know what the rights, you're meaning the conservative stand is on it, but Black people have a right to question and not trust the government. If you would only do your research on what has been done to Black people in America since we've been over here, I think we were well within our limits and our rights to say, hell no, I'm not taking that. Go all the way back through slavery when Black women were used as experiments for gynecology. The modern, the father of gynecology, his name is Miriam. His first name, I think, I can't remember his last name. Anyway, they just removed a statue of his a year or so ago when they were moving all of these, statues and Confederate statues. He used slave women to operate on them without medication, did the most horrific things to these women, including their babies, would, operate on these babies and drive stakes and different tools through these babies' heads while they were alive to see how much, pain they can endure. And, Jonelle put medical apartheid. It's a book. All the things that were done to Black people. And then you can go as early as the 1930s, the Tuskegee experiment, where Black men were robbed of something as simple as penicillin to get rid of syphilis because the U.S. government was exacting an experiment on these men. And a lot of these men did not get cured until 40 years later. And it affected their whole bloodline. Their babies were born blind. They went blind. Their wives were, it was a nightmare. And so when you say this information is misleading, I impress upon you to just go do a little research on what has happened to Black people under the right and the left.
And it's not even just that. It's the fact that It doesn't matter. Okay, you could take all the vaccines that have ever been invented. No vaccine is 100% pure, or it's going to work. It doesn't work for everybody because everybody's anatomy is different. So for her to even say that statement like it's the be all say all is not true. There's a tribe off the coast of Africa that I believe France says nobody needs to go there because these people are not inoculated from what's going on in the world. Even here, right here in our own country. What were the white people doing to get rid of the Indians in Jamestown? Gave them blankets with measles on it that just decimated the whole population. And when that didn't work, they gave them alcohol. Indians are susceptible something in their system to where some of them are susceptible to alcohol. So you really can't say that statement and think, oh yeah, everybody needs to take it because it's going to save everybody. It's not. And if you have halfway common sense and you're looking out for yourself, they keep telling you every year to take a flu shot. Once I left the military, I haven't taken a flu shot since I left the military, and I'm fine.
Well, Dimitri, you give some people too much credit. You're telling her to go do the research. She's already done it. That's why it's important for her to say what she needed to say, because we're misleading the people. No, what we're doing is we're telling you, Beth, you line your ass up first and go take it. See, you talk about the right, the left. I'm from the land of the trio. We don't give a damn about the right, the left, the front, back, or the side to side. It is what it is, man. If it's so good, then get your behind in the front of the line, you, your husband, your kids, your grandkids, and get stuck first. I'm going to wait about 6 weeks to see if you don't die off. If you don't die off, then I'll give it some thought. But no, they ain't got to do the research. They've already done the research. This is why they going to stand in they truth to try to get us to be the goddamn guinea pigs first. Now, ain't happening, my sister. And if you want to unfollow us, get your ass gone.
I mean, even smallpox. Corliss just said, like, smallpox is an example. Smallpox was supposed to have been eradicated 30, 40 years ago, even farther than that. It's made a comeback. So, again, I don't put my faith in all this bullshit, okay? I have to use my common sense.
I don't care what they say. White folk, if you believe that it's the cure-all, then y'all go get in the front of the line. Look, man, you done had us on the back of the bus. All we saying, Rosa ain't here no more. If they start in the front of the bus, y'all take it first. You take it first. We don't want to take it. We ain't taking it. And that's what it is. You can't think that we're going to do, this all over again, man. You never gave a damn about healthcare for us. Now all of a sudden you care so much the way you want to make sure that we're taken care of first. Man, please. Please, you say, man, it's only certain things that the black community take from y'all anyway, man. We ain't got no choice in some of this stuff. You can drop them guns and the dope in the community. Now you finna try to drop the vaccine. We ain't taking that. And guess what? Where I'm from, they try to make money off everything. They can't make no money off no vaccine. They ain't doing that. It ain't gonna work.
Well, they are going to make money off the vaccine. The companies and people who invested in stocks. That's where the money is. But people having to take it now, you ain't gonna. You won't make any money off of it. But to me, I just kind of think about it. I know a lot of people think that the pandemic is a plandemic, if you will, something that is not real. But I just feel like if everybody would stay home when you can, wear your mask and do all the things you're supposed to be doing. Hell, China, they're already on the recovery side. Their, GDP is improved and all of their markets are up, 5%. And they're on the mend. They're doing well. But it's the United States who is, trending downward in every way, shape, and form is because we have too many freedoms out here. To me, it'd be easier just to address that. I don't give a damn about your freedoms. I need you to stay your ass in the house. And if you come out here without a mask on, your ass is going to get a fine. Now, how about that? But we won't do that. But that also should tell us there is, in my opinion, I'm not saying I know any inside information, but there is a sinister or some esoteric plan, if you will, with this vaccine. Well, you know, China and all the other countries, they didn't have to make people do it, did they?
Look, man, the bottom line is they, you know, every time you know, when they started messing with them people, them folks said they were gonna send something over here. And they sent it. Look, if you want all this to stop, I'm gonna give y'all the best information I can give you, government officials and all you people out there that seem to want to control everything. Stop messing with them Chinamans. Stop messing with them people over there, man. Y'all don't have the technology them people got, man. Y'all don't have what they have, man. See, they can send us off and it'll pop up and then they can control that stuff over there because they already got what they need. But see, y'all get to running y'all mouth like y'all some gangsters. And then all of a sudden, we got to deal with all that foolishness y'all got into it with. Y'all got into it over tea and crumpets. Y'all been stealing all from people for all these years, killing all the world leaders you want to kill. And now them people to send something over here. And us over here that don't do nothing but wake up in the morning trying to get over the shipless donuts and get us something to fucking eat. We got to deal with everything that y'all done got us into. Stop messing with them folk over there in Asia, man. They sending folk up in the sky, all up in the circling the world, and they spacecrafts. Oh, gonna shoot something down here. The aliens is coming.
No, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, China, they didn't give them a whole lot of choices. Well, you know, you think you want to stay now? Like, we still have governors. The one in South Carolina, I think it is. She's like, I'm not going to mandate it. You know, it's basically, this is not real. I'm not going to rob my people of their freedoms, even as the COVID is running rampant through her state. She's a right-wing nut who, you know, she doesn't want to hurt her people's feelings. And so they get to run around without masks on and all of that. And so, like, we're just screwed over here, right? And so they're going to make the people who really don't have they have a choice, but they feel like they don't have a choice in the matter. They're going to make them take the vaccines because these people want to exercise their freedoms, but at whose expense are they going to do that? So it always is going to come back to us as Black people. We really need to wake up and think about the things and the decisions we're making. Like Gary says, I firmly I agree with you. We could be wrong, but I doubt it. I think they're going to release that stimulus money before Christmas too, because they know a lot of people, even like my mom is saying, she says, you know, the money is just burning a hole in your pocket. Even as a lot of people are facing eviction on the 1st of next year, people will still go out there and spend money on Christmas. Like, I see commercials, and it's Christmas commercials impressing upon people to go out there. And I'm like these companies, they're going forward as if people aren't struggling. And I guess rightfully so, because they know people can't help themselves. They'd rather have a whole bunch of gifts under the tree for the kids than to have a roof over their heads or food on the table. And so I ain't taking it.
Well, like they say, we are now between a rock and a hard place, because not only are you guys in mortgage distress, those of you that have homes, some of you that were on the moratorium, now you got to deal with this vaccine situation. Now Christmas is here. You don't have any money that you need to have. And, you know, and that's another thing too. Some of you guys are forced to go work because you have so many goddamn bills. So now you put yourself in exposure out there to even more danger. So this is why Donovan always stresses the damn money. Cut me my damn check. Demetra, you said South Africa is open. I will go be looking and reserving them tickets. We are out of here. Corliss, you can come if you like. Anybody else wants to come, y'all more than welcome. But this is why we need to hold these bastards accountable to reparation. Is the only thing that is going to fix our problem. 5-star says it. Lack of resources in our community makes us vulnerable. Now we are vulnerable. When you have to rely on another man as a grown person to feed you, you're in bad shape. Bad shape.
Say, man, let me say this here, man. I'm gonna say it for the ones that don't want to, you know, they can't be politically correct because of, you know, what it is. Fuck a Christmas. Look, you got your children in the room, man. If they ain't in the room, bring them in the room. I'm gonna count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the kids in the room. Okay, look here, little dude. Look here, big homie. Little mama. Ain't no white man with no long ass beard bringing you no bicycle. Ask yourself one question. Remember last time you got in your mama car? You remember how many of y'all was in there and there wasn't no room? How the hell do the white man get all these presents on this slate? And when the last time you seen anything that resembled a goddamn horse, that deer, flying around your neighborhood? So he's gonna come and he's gonna land on top of your roof and he's gonna come down the chimney. Well, goddamn it, what happens when you live on the first floor of the apartment complex? Ain't no goddamn chimney. Ain't no Santa Claus. Stop lying to these kids and y'all get y'all little money and take care of your families, man. Man, fuck a Christmas. A motherfucker trying to survive, man. And you worried about going to the blackout sale to get you a TV? Tell them you're gonna need an extra wide casket to put your ass in that TV in it if you don't get your business in order.
My brother used to tell his kids, if you see a fat white man coming down the chimney, shoot him. Yeah. Oh my God! But no,
I'm being honest, because my kids, when they were small, is Santa coming tonight? Fuck no. The wife don't say that to them kids. Man, ain't no goddamn Santa coming around here. I've been on that water in that swamp dealing with them snakes and them alligators. Man, here, look, I got you a gift card. Go buy the fuck what you want. Because ain't no white man finna come around here. Now, bring Santa Claus around here right now after dark.
Yeah, my mom used to say that all the time. She said, Santa Claus, because that's what they taught us in school and shit. She said, you don't see me get my black ass up there going to work and doing overtime and cleaning buildings or whatever I got to do? Yeah, you better give me my props.
We need to stop lying to our kids, man. If you don't see Santa coming down MLK with a fifth grill and with a fifth wheel and a grill on his sleigh, he ain't real. If the sleigh ain't candy painted, he ain't real. If he ain't jamming Scarface, Mr. Scarface, or mind playing tricks, he ain't real.
Right. Or the spinners off the sleigh. He ain't got no, those fake spinners. It ain't real. It ain't real.
You know what? In all realness, though, I always say the best gift that you can give your children is the truth. Tell them the truth. Not being able to buy them a Christmas present, even if you're able to do it, that doesn't mean you don't love them. Tell them the truth, about who, especially, Black kids, tell them about who they are and tell them that, it's a crime against humanity for mom and dad to go to work, to bring home a paycheck and then go give it right back to the system to make you happy for one day, to teach your children about money. If you want to buy them something, buy them a life insurance policy. How about that? Buy them, some investments, some stocks, something. Buy them something they can use. Buy them something long term. But that instant gratification, and most people now from all walks of life, you ain't got no money to be going and spend it on Christmas. Save that money.
Go get your kids some glasses so they can plainly see ain't no white man coming through these black neighborhoods at no 12 o'clock at night. It ain't happening. So, matter of fact, won't you see if Santa can take all that goddamn vaccine that you're coming up with, put that shit in the sleigh, and him and Rudolph ride that shit back up to the North Pole? Because we don't want that. We want our reparations. We can buy what we want, man. Say, man, I've been tired of people lying about, Santa Claus and Frosty the Snowman. It don't even snow down here. It don't even snow down here. Stop lying to them kids, man. And soon as they get old enough to understand and they got to go to work and they got kids, well, Mom, I thought you, the tooth fairy, they put money under my pillow. Man, that's the money I took out my bus fare to put up under your fucking pillow for your teeth missing out your mouth. Ain't no, all these lies. They need to stop these lies, man. You messing us up. I really wasn't messed up by Santa because I already knew. Santa must make extra trips, Mama. Well, Gary, why you say that? How we get all these gifts under the tree 2 weeks before Christmas? Who brought that? I say, Santa is my daddy. Why you say that? I seen him bringing them in the house.
Exactly. And then, we really got to think about this too, you guys. We've been locked up for over a year. Now, notice a lot of your servants, your public servants, aren't talking about the taxes that are being taken out of your property tax and all that other stuff for schools that aren't being utilized by our children. We're educating them, and we're still doing that. So I'm going to put out a warning to you parents out there. You should be going to the damn school boards and talking to your representatives about the taxes that you pay to support these schools that they haven't utilized in over a year and might not even utilize for another year.
Now, you're saying a mouthful, because across the nation, black education, if them kids are not in those buildings, they're going to start trying to close black schools all over the country. They're going to start trying to close them, man. And all this, you want to bring the vaccination and all that. Can you do something about the pandemic called homelessness? Can you help the brothers, the sisters, the good white people, the veterans that are sleeping on the side of the freeway or under the freeway? We have enough issues going on that we should be dealing with that. You see what I'm saying? But all this extra that they putting on, this fluff, and I'm like, leave this holiday stuff alone. Why every time y'all come up with something on a holiday, it involves some crazy shit? Groundhog Day. How the hell is a groundhog gonna tell me how fucking cold it's gonna be and for how long? Then you went and you made Easter. I go to church. The pastor ain't talking about no bunny rabbit. He talking about God resurrected himself. But you threw a whole motherfucking rabbit in the game. Then you come with St. Patrick's Day. I don't wear no fucking green. I want green in my pockets. And why do I give a damn what went on with the Irish people? With short people walking around with talking about we go to a Rockets game, the beer is green. I'm not drinking no fucking beer that's green. It's all right, y'all, man. They putting the vaccine in everything. Keep running up in them clubs. They're going to have vaccine in the margaritas.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to think about. I personally never grew up believing in Santa Claus. I was, born in the Nation of Islam, and so they didn't play that. Never taught my daughter about that silliness either. And speaking of which, she's doing the dishes. That's the noise you hear. I never taught her that silliness either. In fact, my daughter was the black child that went to school on St. Patrick's Day and drew her leprechaun black. She had me come up to the school, it's parent-teacher night, and she says, "Mommy, which one is my leprechaun?" I already knew it's the black one. Man, so I didn't teach my daughter that nonsense.
My kids went to school, and I'm glad you said that, because that's a beautiful thing. Come home, Dad, they want us to draw a picture of a leprechaun. Fuck a leprechaun! I ain't sending you there to learn about no damn leprechaun. I sent you there to learn how to count, how to read, how to write. Mr. Monroe, they didn't complete their assignment, and they won't be completing their assignments. I don't give a damn about no leprechauns. My child need to learn how to add 2 + 2. And you got around here coloring in a fucking leprechaun? Man, please. See, y'all don't want to live in a house with me, because I'm real with it. That's how it was every day, man. It's certain things we just didn't do, bro. The 4th of July. For real. Everything that's tied into these holidays is tied into money. You think about it. Christmas coming, they're going to send you the stimulus. Then they're going to open every fireworks stand that they can open so they can squeeze that money right back out your ass. If they can get it to you before Thanksgiving, they want to get it to you before then so that they can give it to you so you can go to Black Friday. Because the ultimate goal is to keep your black ass broke. Final thoughts, Mr. Donovan.
Final thoughts. Again, a lot of stuff is coming down the pipe. I have some friends that keep telling me, "God damn, Donovan, Joe Biden isn't even in there yet, and you already holding them accountable." I'm going to hold these bastards accountable until I get what I want, because I'm going for the win. I'm not going for the okey doke. How much time do you need to give them? I've given them already 50 years of my life, and I can't get my damn reparations. So how much time, do I have to continue to wait? My parents are 70-something in their 70s. They've waited. And you keep telling me I got to continue to wait? Ain't going to do it, homie. These people now have won their election. They're going to have their parties. They're going to put their people in. They're going to do what they're going to do. Now, you people that are waking up and haven't woke up need to hold these motherfuckers accountable. But remember, though, I want you to remember, you didn't ask Joe Biden for anything, so he's not obligated to give you anything.
Final thoughts, Ms. Demetri.
I would say really in the near future, we really should start talking more about our group economics and, abstaining from these, pagan holidays, if you will. But I would say right now, the best reparations we can get is the ones that we're going to give ourselves. Until we get it, we don't know how long that's going to be. But again, Black people, we see about $1.3 trillion annually in our community here in America, but we give 97% of that away to everybody else, leaving 3% for us to do everything we need to do on. And so if we would just cut that in half, it would be a game changer for us as Black people, and our condition would improve greatly. But yes, we need reparations. I'm a big proponent of reparations, but I think we need to change our mindset and how we see what we actually do with our money, because when, not if, but when we get our reparations, we are going to give it right back. Imagine giving back 97% of, and the estimate is around 17, 18, 20 trillion and growing, but imagine giving 97% of that back.
You're about to get that $1,200 sooner or later. They're going to have to put another moratorium on rents and mortgages. Take that $1,200. Stock up your house with food. Make sure you're good. If you got something left over, go get a few Christmas gifts. But if you're smart, you're going to hit every one of these spots that's giving away free gifts. Make sure that you got everything that you need, because these people are about to lock us in the house. They don't have a choice. Now, I have a little fun every night. I say some wild stuff, but most of the time, 98% of the time, we give you good factual information, and we're not that far off. They're going to lock us in the house. They don't have a choice. It's got to happen. You see what I'm saying? So make sure, like my mama said, and you'd love that little 99-pound woman. Look, boy, you were broke yesterday. It's okay to be broke today and be broke tomorrow. The same issues that you were dealing with before you got the $1,200, you're going to be dealing with after you get them. Stock your house up full of food. Make sure your kids got what they need. And the hell with these people, they vaccinations, they groundhogs, they leprechauns, and they Santa Clauses. Because ain't none of that shit real. Say, man, another spirited discussion from the best in the business. They call us the War Zone, man. I want to thank my good friend Donovan Sadiq, the Queen Demetri K. I'm the 5-star general. And make sure you tune in the morning, the War Zone morning show, Street 100 The Heat. I go off every morning, man. 7 to 10 a.m. Central Time. It is what it is, man. Say tomorrow, we'll be back with a hot episode, as well as Love in the Zone tomorrow. Does size matter? So y'all go get at my girl. She got one all the way from Minnesota that's going to be on the panel tomorrow. We need 2 men, 2 women. Don't get scared now. Don't get scared now. Leave them stop signs at home. Until tomorrow, we're going to holler at y'all, man.